was trying to mow the lawn the other day, and my engagement isn't working. And I checked the belt and everything, and I was just looking down in here just now, and apparently, you can see this, but look at that. That bob probably goes to something. So let's figure out what end is supposed to be on there, where he's supposed to be hooked to. We can see I've got some mice that have been kind of busy. So I'm gonna take some of this apart, get this cleaned up. It's pretty much ready to be put away for winter anyway. But let's clean it up, put some stuff in there to deter the mice from the winter, and see if I can get this working, at least so I can mow the lawn one last time for the year. That off of there. Fortunately, the mice that I have don't like wires. They just like a nice, comfy home. And I'm sure I'm touching all rat poop and everything here. That's Minnesota, so it's all places. And I have these in there. They work for a little while, till they don't. I think I might roll this out and hose it down. Then I can see what I'm doing a little bit. Back on this lawnmower under the seat. I'll show you. Quick tip for some people: when you have to move one of these things and it's not working, you can't shift it. Transmission release lever right here. Move it forward and over. And now the transmission is disengaged. Just be sure you disengage your brake, and she's good to go. Alright, that'll have to do for now. I think I showed you earlier that this cable was broken. Okay, so I figured out that actually hooks back here. Actually hooks on this piece right here. It has one of those little T's that normally goes on the end of the cable. Let me get you the right way here. Maybe I'll refilm this inside where I can see. So anyway, it has a little T that hooks in. The cable hooks in here on the back side of this bracket. It's hard to, you can't see it. Anyway, the cable hooks in here, and then when you press this down, it lifts that up to engage the PTO. Well, that piece is missing off the end of the wire that normally hooks in there. So just got that hanging right now. So I'll get that replaced. I'm sure I can order that cable somewhere. So I didn't film much of this. I went through several iterations, but I don't know if you can tell. What I did is I made a loop of wire, and then I used one of these crimps. So the original cable comes up, and the end had fallen off apparently. So the original cable comes up, I put a loop in it, And then I made another cable for a loop. Then what I did is here, I put a bolt in here. It has a nylock on it, and I looped the wire up over this bolt. And I kept, so the original nuts and everything are right on here, so I can still make an adjustment. And I made my cable super short, so it's at the beginning of the adjustment. So if my cable stretches over time, I should be good. And now if you watch it, pull on this, it engages the clutch. So now my blades should engage. And there we have it. I feel really bad I didn't film a lot of it. Originally pulled this cable out, and it goes underneath the engine, comes around over here on the frame, and then runs into the clutch. Well, for the life of me, there is no way to get that clutch out without removing, or that end of the clutch cable out, without either removing the engine or I don't know. So since the cable wasn't pulling hard or anything like that, I figured, well, maybe I'll try to put a new end on there. And so far, that part seems to work. Let me get all this back together and let's see if it actually works. Really sorry for not bringing you along for that. I was busy doing some other stuff as well, but fiddled around with that and finally got it. That's obviously not the correct way to fix it, but for a couple $100 lawnmower I picked up, that'll probably last me quite a while. Okay, now this is a piss poor idea. I just realized this metal bracket runs right next to both of these terminals. So if I were to bump this, have a bad day, I'd have a really bad day. Gonna have me a dead short right across that battery. Didn't show you the main thing I was doing. I might as well show you a couple of the little stuff. So this little shift knob's got to go on here. I don't remember before, but I lost that screw. So what I did now is I drilled a hole. It goes through here and holds it. I drilled a hole back through here. So now this should actually thread into the plastic a little bit and hold it. It doesn't really does a lot of force on this. As I was talking to my neighbor earlier, some of the stuff that we do is good enough. I mean, it's good enough for a lawnmower, for crying out loud, you know. If this was my accelerator or something on my car, yeah, I wouldn't be fixing it like this. But good enough for projects like this, you know. Good enough. All right, let's get the steering wheel back on. Good enough. Dropping everything today. Good enough. cover back on. Parking brake. If you saw me play with the transmission, there's nothing I have to do with that. It automatically fixes itself the minute you put it in gear. All right, let's see if she works. I mowed part of the neighbor's lawn and everything's looking good. For those concerned that I didn't clamp it down, I put a good old redneck battery clamp on here. It's rubber, it's not going to short out. I don't have the big metal gadget in there. Probably because the other battery was a different style than this one that's in here. I'm sure that wasn't designed to have a metal bracket right against the battery like that. So anyway, apologize I didn't show you as much as I could have. But I needed this fixed. It's almost winter here. I mean, I'm probably going to mow maybe one time more. Grass is going to start going dormant here pretty soon. So anyway, I try to keep my videos a little more detailed than this one. But I want to encourage you that, you know, something like that, you know, maybe don't dig in too far. Maybe there's a simpler fix that's good enough. And sometimes that's what you have to do on, you know, on something like a lawn tractor. It really doesn't matter. I don't have to take this whole thing apart to put in a cable. I can just fix the end on it and should work great. Anyway, please like the video. Comments are appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.